My name is Andy Baker. I'm your instructor for cartography. This is G337 for the undergraduates and G537 for the graduates. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same video since all but just one assessment is the same for both graduate students and undergraduate students. Alright, so the course, you'll find everything in modules. So I'm going to open up the modules, but let's go ahead and go through the syllabus. You'll see everything here, exercises, quizzes, discussions, and projects. Like I said, graduate students, you'll see just the final exam as the additional assessment, and you'll see a slightly different grading scale. But this is the grading scale at the end of the semester I use to calculate final course grades. I simply add up the number of points earned and see where you are in that. The exercises, this is information about them as far as how they operate, and this is very important. As you'll see here, the modules, once I get there, each module, essentially it's the same thing as to think of as an online lecture, contains an exercise and a quiz within it. And that exercise and quiz is available, as you can see here, for 2 weeks. And so the first one will be available on Monday morning, January 15th, and will be due 2 weeks later on Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. That's exercise 1, and quiz 1 is based off of material from online lecture 1 or module 1. Similarly, let's go down to exercise 7 and quiz 7 are based off of stuff from module 7 or online lecture 7. Same thing. And this is the pattern that you'll see throughout the semester. So there is no, I guess you could say, cumulative quiz. The quiz is just based off the information that is covered from that batch of material. There are 2 projects, and if you've taken my GIS course, very similar in terms of how the projects are different than the exercises. So the exercises, I'm kind of teaching you, this is cartography, these are the techniques, this is how you should do things. In the projects, I say, okay, I've now introduced you to these terms, these techniques, you go do it. And so that's the idea of the projects, and you'll have, as you can see, a good amount of time to look over the project, consider the project, and complete the project once it becomes available to you. The discussions, there's one already available to you. That's the introduction, quick, easy, good points. All of the discussions are kind of now, let's get together and let's think deep about these things. This semester looks like it's a little smaller course than normal, so the discussions are going to be a little bit more sparse, but nonetheless, the idea is we get a little bit of deep thoughts about cartography. Hopefully there's some current events, hopefully it's good news, that we can then put into this course. Here's course description and all of that good stuff, course textbook, software, and all of that. I'm going to come back to the software later. You're going to see this in module, an entire section devoted to ArcGIS Pro, which is how you're going to be creating your cartography in this particular course. All right, like I said, modules, I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And this is the student view. So as the semester goes, this is going to become populated with more information. Module 2, Module 3, Module 4, and all of that. Further, this is where you're going to find the projects. You can find them here. There'll be a particular tab. And for those of you who are graduate students, this is where you're going to find the final exam. Of course, you can also find these things over here on the left-hand tab. And I believe there's a calendar view which you can click on and find these things as well. But modules, that's how I organize this particular information. Like I said, there's an introduction, which you're going to find here. That's essentially what I'm doing right now. I'm providing that introduction. And then there's a how to get ArcGIS Pro. And there's a few different ways to do that. And I include some options here, and this will probably be something which I'll have to update here. Every semester it seems like there's new hurdles that the folks at IUPUI or IUI send our way, so I will then adjust accordingly this particular page. Continue on, discussion 1, that's that first particular assignment in which it's quick, easy 10 points, in which I kind of just know a little bit about you. And I've already looked at the roster, and half of you have already taken a GIS course beforehand, so you kind of have an understanding of how this stuff works, maybe the system, the method that you're going to use to get ArcGIS Pro to work. others who are new to this particular software, there is a learning curve, and I am very lenient about turning in stuff early on the semester late, especially these exercises, as you kind of figure out what works best for me. It might be different than what works best for you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and look at Module 1. This is the one time of the entire semester. It's the only module in which you're going to see two essentially online lectures. From here on out, they're just going to be online lecture 2, online lecture 3, built in each of these modules. So online lecture 1, it's so darn long and so much information, I broke it up into just 2 parts. So we'll go ahead and look at the first part, online lecture 1.1, and you'll kind of see how the course is laid out, how I deliver the information from me to you. So it starts off with this text, then an online video, essentially my lecture to you, and then more text, some additional information. I say, all right, we ready to roll? Click on the next batch of information. So as far as this course, I think a lot about teaching. I think a lot about the courses and assignments, the course assessments that are built in every single course. And with AI, pretty much any assignment can now be completed just by plugging into ChatGPT. And if you do the right prompts, you can probably get most of the assignments that I've created my whole life can be done for you. So with that in mind, it's kind of one of the things I like about this course is at the moment you can't tell ChatGPT or whatever AI to say, hey, create this map using this particular data and make sure it looks cartographically pleasing. That's still yet to be done. That's the techniques that essentially have not been done. Those are the things that you're going to be learning in this course, and hopefully, as I create these assignments, that's the idea here: is you're going to be learning as you go, but also creating information that you can't really find all throughout our AI world, or even in a lot of textbooks. There isn't a lot of good cartography textbooks that are all nice wrapped in one individual spot. And plus, they include videos like you'll see here. All right, I'm going to go back to the main page. And as far as me, my name, this is where you can find me, BAKERAN at iupui.edu is my email address. You can also access me via the Canvas inbox feature, another good way to contact me. So with that being said, I hope you have a good semester. Remember, I'm here to help you. And keep in mind, this is the last semester, last full semester, normal semester of IUPUI. So let's finish strong.